Welcome to your ultimate guide for nailing that Chief Operating Officer interview. Whether you're looking to step into a new role or advance in your current organization, being prepared with the right insights can make all the difference. Let's dive right into our first question, focusing on how you handle risk management, an essential skill for any successful COO. Can you share a time when you spotted a major risk and successfully managed it? Interviewers want to assess your ability to identify and handle operational risks effectively. Let's explore some tips on how to craft a strong response. Pick a risk that's directly relevant to the operations field. Explain your thought process when you identified the risk. Detail how you took action to mitigate the risk. Discuss the results and what you learned from the experience. Keep your answer concise, focusing on decision-making and leadership. Now, let's look at an example of how you might respond.
In my previous role, I saw that we heavily depended on a single vendor, which posed a significant supply chain risk. I evaluated this and began searching for alternative suppliers. After qualifying two new vendors, we diversified our supply chain, which paid off when our primary vendor experienced an outage. Thanks to this proactive approach, we reduced our downtime by 40%.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for Chief Operating Officer. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Can you describe a situation where you had to guide a team through a big change? How did it turn out? This question evaluates your leadership skills, specifically your ability to handle change management. Here are some pointers to help you structure your answer. Choose a specific change you led, like a restructuring or strategic shift. Detail the steps you took to communicate the change to your team. Focus on the challenges you faced and how you overcame them. Highlight the positive outcomes and how the team adapted. Use metrics or rubrics or feedback to back up the success of the change. Let's take a look at how you might articulate your experience.
At my last job, I led my team through a significant restructuring. I held regular meetings to discuss the changes and address any concerns. Initially, there was resistance, but by offering support and clear timelines, we adapted to the new structure within 3 months, boosting productivity by 20%.
Tell us about a time when there was a conflict between departments you managed. How did you resolve it? This question aims to gauge your conflict resolution skills and your ability to mediate as a leader. Here's how you can effectively tackle this question. Clearly, identify the departments involved in the conflict. Briefly and objectively describe the nature of the conflict. Explain the steps you took to mediate the situation. Highlight the outcomes, focusing on resolution and learning. Emphasize your role as a facilitator and leader. Here's an example of how you could frame your response.
In my last position, the marketing and sales teams often clashed over target expectations. I organized a joint meeting where both teams could present their perspectives. This open dialogue revealed a misunderstanding about lead quality. We agreed on clearer communication and set shared goals which significantly improved collaboration.
How would you tackle declining employee engagement and morale within a company? This question explores your strategies for enhancing employee engagement and morale. Let's consider some strategies to answer this effectively. Conduct anonymous surveys to understand employee sentiments. Implement regular one-on-one check-ins with team members. Create opportunities for professional development and growth. Foster a culture of recognition and appreciation. Encourage open communication and feedback from employees. Here's how a strong response might sound.
I would begin by conducting anonymous surveys to pinpoint specific concerns affecting engagement. Based on the feedback, I'd initiate regular one-on-one check-ins to address issues and encourage open communication. Additionally, I'd establish a recognition program to celebrate achievements, creating an environment where employees feel appreciated.
Imagine you're facing a sudden operational crisis that threatens to halt production. What steps would you take to handle it? This question examines your crisis management skills and your ability to act swiftly under pressure. Let's go through some steps to help you form a comprehensive answer. Quickly assess the situation to find the root cause of the crisis. Communicate openly with your team about the issue and possible impacts. Formulate an immediate action plan to mitigate disruption. Prioritize critical operations to minimize downtime. Follow up with analysis to prevent similar future crises. Now, let's see how you could articulate your crisis response.
First, I would assess the situation by gathering all relevant data to identify the root cause of the crisis. Next, I'd communicate with my team to inform them of the issue and the potential impact on production. Then I'd develop a quick action plan, focusing on the most critical operations to minimize downtime. After resolving the immediate issue, I'd conduct a thorough analysis to avert similar crises in the future.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step-by-step tips in a handy PDF. Totally free, just grab it below.